My name is Badr Al Towaijri. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I run my family office at Towaijri Holdings Investments. I look after 7 different sectors, but I'm only doing the investments on their behalf.
Mm-hmm. And how has your investment strategy changed since COVID?
Since COVID, a couple of our traditional businesses have suffered with the pandemic. However, an efficient asset allocation and diversification of the investment portfolios, the efficient way of doing these things have saved, the other investments in healthcare and in venture capital. So basically, the traditional businesses got affected, but on the other side, the healthcare sector and the venture capital sector have seen a massive increase in returns when it comes to volumes and valuations too. So we try to balance it from here and there. It's good.
Coming from an expert like yourself, what advice would you give to maybe other Saudi family offices or GCC families or even international families on how to best invest and nurture the family's assets?
First of all, running a family business is totally different than running an investment bank or a traditional bank or whatever. The family offices, you have to deal with family members. You have to do a lot of politics more than businesses. But at the end of the day, your target should be to preserve the wealth of the family. That's your number one job. In order to do that, you have to have a very strict and efficient asset allocation and diversification in your portfolios. You cannot rely on fund managers or investment managers or investment banks to do that for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to do your homework right. You have to analyze, evaluate, do all these things by yourself with your team and not rely on somebody's numbers or valuations or whatever. So this is what we do. We do a very hard work on the homework. We make sure that our portfolios are protected, hedged, and also there is a huge potential on the venture capital side and the private equity side. And as you know me, I don't do anything less than 50% or 100% a year. So alhamdulillah, the portfolio is growing in a really fast pace, alhamdulillah.
And how would you suggest for investment opportunities to best work with family offices? How should they address a family office?
They have to understand the mentality of the owners of the family offices. It's not easy to come and pitch anything to the family office. Sometimes families don't want to take that extra risk. Sometimes their asset allocation and their mandates are a little bit less riskier than other investment bank or traditional banks or asset managers. So you have to understand their mentality. You have to know them before you approach them. So you know exactly what they're looking for, what they want to do, what's their strategies, how do they manage their money, how big they are, what kind of sectors they're interested in. And, since 2016, when I introduced the venture capital to our family offices, it was rejected from the beginning, from the board, because you have all these, family members that are old and they do traditional businesses like real estate and public equities, and that's the only thing they know. So to come to them and convince them to invest in SMEs or venture capital funds or whatever, it's very difficult, because the amount of risk you're taking. However, once you succeed in 2 or 3 opportunities, then they trust you. Then the only thing they want to do is venture capital.
And please share with our audience the growth of Saudi Arabia. How has that exploded in the last years?
Saudi Arabia has been growing on a very fast pace. Saudi Arabia is the right time and the right country to invest in right now. You have 70% of population under the age of 30, very well educated, Most of them went to school in the US and the UKs, and they went to the best schools. So you have a young generation that are very educated, very sophisticated, and they have full of energy. They want to, do anything they can do to participate in the vision of 2030. And everybody is proud, with all these big projects like NEOM, like Amala, like all these new massive projects. We're very excited and we're very happy, and we can, we will do anything to make this vision happen in the near future.
What are the biggest areas of growth in Saudi Arabia?
That's a good question. I believe there is a couple of sectors that are very important in the next couple of years. Hospitality, entertainment could be a very good sectors in the next couple of years, especially in Saudi. Real estate is booming massively because the banks are easing the mortgages and the loans on homes. The government target is to make people own their house. 70% of Saudis should own their houses before 2030. And I think they will achieve that before 2030 because of the pace that the Ministry of Housing is going right now with their initiatives, with the banks, and with all the things that they do. People are happy. They're getting, their own homes, their dream homes. Families are growing. It's just, positivity everywhere in Saudi. And that's how we feel it as Saudis. We're very proud of the vision of King Salman and Prince Mohammed bin Salman. These guys are leaders before they are a royal family or kings. Prince Mohammed goes and talks to, ministers and people and meet with the young people, and he always pushes us to do the best and be the best. So I'm very happy, it's an exciting time now in Saudi. That's all I can say.
And you also welcome a lot of international companies to establish
Absolutely,
themselves in Saudi Arabia.
absolutely. They should have done that already. Because, Saudi is the biggest economy in the MENA region. When it comes to businesses or politics, they have a huge role in the international politics, in the region politics. They have the biggest role when it comes to oil and energy and OPEC and all these things. So, you have to go, where all the things are happening, and I believe, there is already a huge interest for international companies to expand there, to invest there. I mean, you look at numbers, people are suffering now from the pandemic. They have oil crisis, they have energy problems, in UK or the US. Today we had an Aqua Power IPO. Yeah. It was the biggest IPO in Saudi's history. It was covered by 248 times. 1.1 trillion riyal came to the IPO. Before that, we had a couple of big companies like STC Solutions. So, the Capital Market Authority with the government are working very hard, to make the Saudi market more sophisticated, to have a deeper, more companies, more executions, good companies, good opportunities, and there'll be a lot of IPOs also coming.
I think in our opinion, this key success factor of Saudi is one vision, one leadership, safety, security, and ease of doing business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Saudi Arabia is the only country in the world where you can do more than 500 services from your mobile phone. You can get your national ID, you can get your passport, you can get anything you want from your phone. None of what we call the sophisticated or the big countries have that thing. No, none of them. I have international friends who came to Saudi, and I told them, do you guys still have to go and do your driving license and renew your passport the traditional way? They're like, yes. I'm like, all I have to do is just press a button, and the next day I will get my passport in my house. And this is the transformation. The digital transformation is amazing. What's happening now in Saudi when it comes to digitization and automation, I mean, lawyers can have, can do their job online. During the pandemic, we didn't shut down. We've used all the possibilities, we've used all the channels to make sure that life goes on. Online, kids in school, lawyers in courts, investments, banks, everybody's working online because you have the infrastructure already there. Okay, and it's not an easy job to transform a whole government to be digital. It's one of the hardest jobs, but they've done it. Now even the Ministry of Justice, you can get done everything you want from the Ministry of Justice online. You don't even have to go to court. You can have the court come to you to your house.
That's amazing.
So, we're very excited. We're very happy with all the accomplishment and achievements. And I think we are still just the beginning, And inshallah, Saudi will be, inshallah, one of the best countries very soon, inshallah.
So Badr, what makes Rantani's conferences so important?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. Sir Anthony Conference is the largest, most sophisticated family office gathering in the world. Sir Anthony has elevated the bar in this space by perfecting every aspect of the summit and by doing an amazing job. In fact, I started with Sir Anthony back in 2016, coming to these conferences. Now, I feel that we are just one big family. I get to see my friends, It's not just a business relationship, it's also a personal relationship. And I believe our relationship as a big family have never been stronger. So I congratulate Sir Anthony and his team for the hard work, dedication, commitment, and I am very proud and honored to be part of the success story that you guys are having. So I am very proud to be one of the key speakers right from the beginning, and I will keep supporting the whole organization until we reach the sky, inshallah.